Voice is audible.
Yes,
Yes,
Srinath.
sir.
Is it okay? Shall we start the class now?
Yep. Okay.
So is it okay? Voice is okay. My voice is clear.
Yes.
Yes, it is clear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So before going to start introduction to AWS, again I am refreshing you. So go back to 15 years back, before 2006. Remember, before 2006, we have physical environment, no cloud in that particular point of the time. We don't have any cloud. Each and everything we are going to use physical environment. So you should be aware about physical infrastructure, physical servers. So you can take your laptop only, physical. So network is physical, storage is physical. Each and every configuration, what you want to do, that is physical, 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 physical. After physical infrastructure, we are in virtualization, virtual environment. So top of the virtualization, we are in the cloud now. But everybody, what they are thinking directly, you are learning cloud. So before cloud, what is the physical infrastructure? Everything, network is physical. Physical means, now I am explaining you, physical hub, physical switches. Now switches are there. Physical storage, DAS, NAS, or SAN, physical. Servers, physical, means Lenovo laptop, HP laptop, Dell laptop, like that we have desktop servers are there. Top of that, we are going to install the virtualization software, VMware vSphere hypervisor, Citrix Xen servers. So that is virtualization software. So this is nothing but like operating system. Remember everybody, VMware servers. So you are using, most of the persons, we are using VMware Workstation, Oracle VMbox, so VM players, Microsoft Virtual PC. These are client-based virtualization softwares. But real times, where the cloud is implemented on physical servers only. Remember, top of the physical server, which OS they are going to use? Virtualization software OS, VMware vSphere hypervisor servers, server OS like Windows, Linux. We have the server operating systems are there. VMware vSphere hypervisor servers, Citrix Xen servers, Microsoft Hyper-V. These are the bare metal virtualization software. What is bare metal? Directly you can install on hardware. That is bare metal. Remember, Windows bare metal. Directly you are installing on your laptop. Linux bare metal. Directly you are installing on your laptop. Like VMware vSphere hypervisor, bare metal, directly install on your laptop. So how to log into my Linux server? Sorry, VMware server. So you can use VMware vSphere client softwares. My VMware server is located in somewhere. So I can use VMware vSphere client. I can log into my VMware server. Top of that, my VMware server, I have the virtual machines, virtual storage, virtual network. Top of that, I implemented on cloud, maybe AWS cloud, Microsoft Azure, GCP, whatever it may be. Without a virtualization, there is no cloud. Simply you can give answer to anybody. If there is no virtualization, there is no cloud. Remember that point. Then we can go for the introduction to AWS now. So this is physical. So whatever this physical infrastructure is there, same infrastructure, same platforms, same web applications, everything we are managing from the cloud. That is nothing but our course. So physical environment, physical infrastructure, virtual environment, virtual infrastructure, then how you are accessing your virtual infrastructure through cloud. So that is we are going to learn the course AWS, Amazon Web Services. So who are providing cloud providers? AWS and Microsoft Azure and GCP, Google Cloud Platform. These are the persons, they are providing the cloud platform. Now we are going to learn AWS. Now go to introduction to AWS. So each and every chapter what we are going to discuss in our classes. So we are going to go through like this AWS exam tips. For example, I am telling you EC2 exam tips. So these like interview point of view questions. Termination protection policy, how do you enable? How to enable the termination policies? By default, the instance termination type, is it enabled or not? When you create a EC2 instance, the EBS volume is deleted or not when you terminate. So like this, every point I will discuss with the interview point of view for each and every chapter when we completed. So I am going to show you interview point of view and exam point of view. What are the snapshots of root volumes? Everything we are going to see practically. Now, introduction to AWS. So AWS introduction and architecture of AWS. So introduction to Amazon Web Services. So who are the cloud providers? How to access your AWS? What is the architecture of AWS? What are the service and products we are going to learn? What is AWS Management Console? So Amazon Web Services provides on-demand computing resources and services in the cloud with the pay-as-you-go pricing. On-demand means, remember, immediately. On-demand, immediately I want to require Linux with Ansible, I can launch the server. Immediately I want to require Linux with Docker, I can launch. Immediately I want to require Microsoft Server 2019 with Microsoft SQL Server, I can launch. Ready-made from, just you have to go and you have to launch it. But how much you are utilizing the services, that much of money only you have to pay. That is nothing but pay as you go pricing. For example, you can run a server on AWS that you cannot log on to, configure, secure and run just as you would a server that's sitting in front of you. So I am telling you, if you are a Linux administrator, now my voice is clear. My internet is disconnected and came back. Is it okay now? Is my voice is audible?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So you can run a server on AWS that you can log on to, configure, secure and run just as you would do servers that sitting in front of you. See, generally every day you are accessing your laptop, in front of you only your laptop is there, you are working. But in real times, when you join as a Linux administrator, when you join as a Windows administrator, when you join as a cloud administrator, so we are not in front of servers. Remember, our servers are on remote location, but you have the login authentications are there. You have to log in them and you have to work. For example, you have Gmail account is there. Gmail is not in front of you. Gmail server is not in front of you. Through internet, you are logged into your Gmail account. If no internet connection, no Gmail. If there is internet connection, then only Gmail, Yahoo, Rediff, whatever it may be. So through internet, we are going to access our servers. That is nothing but a cloud computing. So cloud is a Amazon cloud or any cloud. What is cloud computing means? Accessing the resources from internet, compute resources, storage, network, everything you can access through internet is called cloud computing. Okay. So using AWS resources instead of your own is like purchasing electricity from a power company. So remember this point, purchasing electricity. For example, so when we built a house, we are taking electricity from the electricity provider, Southern Power Distribution or whatever it may be. We are paying some money to them. So they have to arrange the meter to us. So every month what we utilize, that much money we have to pay depending upon how many units we used. Like cloud also, for that I am not going to buy generator. For getting the power to my flat, I am not going to buy generator. What I am doing, I am taking the power connection. How much I utilize, that much money only I am paying. Like AWS also, whatever the resources you want to require, you can use it. But how much resources you utilize, that much of money only you have to pay. That is cloud computing. Remember, simple explanation you have to do in the interview point of view. So pay as you go. How much resource you utilize, you can pay. What are the benefits? Capacity exactly matches you need. So whatever the capacity required, that is you have to access that one. You have to pay the money. You pay only for what you use. So how much resources you utilize, that much money only we have to pay. Economies of scale result in lower costs. The service is provided by a vendor experienced in running large scale networks. So this is cloud. Next point. So these are the cloud providers. Verizon Cloud is there, Joint is there, Microsoft Azure is there, Rackspace is there, Century Link is there, IBM Cloud is there. So many clouds, but popular clouds are AWS, Azure, now third place GCP. How do I access my AWS? AWS provides several ways to create and manage your resources. The famous login is management console, web interface. So most of the times we are going to use web interfaces only. Internally, your companies, they can use some command line interface they are going to use. So whenever you are familiar with Linux, you can easily manage the command line mode. So command line tools also, third-party tools you have to download from the internet, sorry, AWS products, you can use the third-party tools also. Next, what is the pricing? This is you have to remember carefully. You can, so AWS can offer significant cost savings compared to the equivalent on on-premises infrastructure. You can use the AWS simply monthly calculator to estimate what it would cost to use AWS. So free tier. So if you create an account today, for example, so last for 12 months, up to 12 months. For example, today, July 8th. So July 8th, 2021, you created the account. So again, July 8th up to 2022, your account is free tier. 12 months. You are eligible for the AWS free tier. What is free tier? Not all free tier here also. What are the free tier resources they given? Amazon EC2, resizable compute capacity in the cloud. Resizable. Resizable means my laptop, for example, I have a physical laptop is there, I have 8 GB RAM. So immediately I want to increase to 12 GB, not possible. Immediately not possible. It is possible, immediately not possible. It will take time. So, but in cloud environment, immediately you can resize your capacity of your instance. Instance is nothing but a server. Remember that point. Don't confuse what is instance. Instance is a virtual server. Only one answer you can give, technical answer. What is instance? It is a virtual server. If it is the Amazon, sorry, if it is the Microsoft Azure, they are calling as VM, virtual machine. Here we are calling as a instance. Both are same. Technically words are different. So both are virtual servers. So how much free tier available? 750 hours per month. Remember, per month 750 hours. So you can use any Linux distribution, RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, SLES, SUSE Linux Enterprise Servers, T2.micro instance type only. We are going to discuss in our further classes, like different instance types. Like I will ask you, I bought a laptop. Which laptop? HP, Dell, Lenovo, different Samsung, different types of laptops are there, hardware. So in cloud also different different instances are there, types of instances we are going to discuss in our next class. Sorry, T2.micro. Next, 750 hours per month of Windows servers, T2.micro free tier. That is also 750 hours. Windows like Red Hat Enterprise Linux, SUSE like, and these are the Linux flavors. Windows only one operating system, server OS, but versions are different. Windows Server 2003, 2008, 2012, 2000, now latest version 2016, now 2019. So different kinds of versions you can launch depending upon your requirement. That is instances, operating systems. Next, storage. Amazon S3, 5 GB of the data you can upload to your S3 storage, object level storage, you can upload. 20,000 get requests. Remember, get to put to technical words. Remember, get means download, put means upload. 20,000 upload, sorry, 20,000 download requests are free of cost. For example, I put my softwares, maybe documents, whatever it may be, I put in the Amazon cloud. I can give the URL. This is my URL. You can download my documents. Maybe AWS class videos, AWS complete material, Linux class videos, Linux lab notes, like that. I can upload my information to the cloud. I can provide URL to everybody. So you can click on the URL, you can download them. So 20,000 downloads only free of cost. After that, they will be charged. Upload request. So I can upload up to 2000 upload request, maybe one file or two files or three files. 2000 put requests are free of cost. Remember, 20,000 download request, 2000 upload requests. So AWS introduction and architecture. So main you have to understand about data centers. Amazon has data centers in different areas of the world. For example, North America, Europe, and Asia. Correspondingly, AWS products are available to use in different regions. A region is nothing but a different geographical location. Maybe, for example, I'm telling you, ICICI Bank, main branch is in Mumbai. We have so many branches across the India. In Hyderabad only, we can have a number of branches. In Bangalore, Kolkata, whatever it may be, Orissa, Maharashtra, whatever it may be, number of branches are there. All these are directly connected to our Mumbai region. So different regions are nothing but different geographical location. How you are having different ICICI Bank locations, like Amirpet one branch, different branches in the same area, like that, each region you have availability zones. That availability zone technical word is nothing but a data center. Remember, already explained you, physical data centers we are calling before 2015. The same name in cloud environment, especially in AWS, you are calling as a data center. A data center is nothing but a collection of servers, collection of storage, collection of networks. Everything is nothing but a data center. So by placing resources in separate regions, you can design your own website or application to be closer to specific customers. For example, I want to start business in Hyderabad or Orissa or Maharashtra, maybe Nasik or whatever it may be. So I can select a nearest region. Nearest region means we have only one region in India, that is Mumbai. So in coming within 2 or 3 months, we are going to get to Hyderabad region also. But now 2016 Mumbai region is launched. So I can select Mumbai region because my business mainly depends on this nearest place only. But if you want to develop your website that is useful for the US region, so you can launch your website in US region. If your website is nearest to that is related to UK, so you can launch in UK region like that. So depending upon your business, depending upon your requirement, so you can launch your instances for your nearest regions. So that is the region. So note that prices for AWS usage is vary. So same prices is will not allow to you. So depending upon the region, the prices will be changed. So each region contains multiple distinct locations called availability zones. Just now I explained you. An availability zone is nothing but a data center. So in Mumbai region, we have three data centers are there. So again, I am going to show you physically. Go to your Google account, Google search, type AWS Global Infrastructure. Click on Global Infrastructure. Now see, 25 launched regions are there. 81 data centers. Data center is nothing but availability zones are there. Now you can check. Canada Central, 3 data centers are there, availability zones. AWS Go Cloud, US East, 3 data centers, 3 availability zones are there. Like that, you can have multiple data centers across the world. So AWS resources can be tied to a region or tied to an availability zone. Not every region or availability zone supports every AWS resource, because whenever they implemented new services, so they have to implement on first US East region or North region, then one by one, they have to introduce to other regions. But if the resource is not available in Mumbai region, you can check for US East region or West region. If resources is there, so you can configure the resource there. So when you view your resources, you will only see the resources tied to the particular region only. So this is because regions are isolated. For example, I launched one instance on Mumbai region, but tomorrow when I when I log into my account with the US East region, whatever I launched in Mumbai region, it will not display. So you have to change the region. Then only you can aware. So these are the resources I launched in Mumbai region. These are the resources I launched in US East region. So they are isolated. So whatever you are accessing, they are isolated. If you want to see them, you have to change your region. So each region is completely independent. Each availability zone is isolated, but the availability zones in a region are connected through a low latency links. So this is, for example, I launched one web server in availability zone 1. That is a popular website. If the availability zone 1 is nothing but a data center is down, my web server is also going to be down. But it is very popular website. It should be available by 24 by 7. So what I have to do, same website I can launch on second availability zone. I can configure high availability cluster. or load balancing clusters, whatever it may be. Whenever one data center is down, the customers, they can access the same services from other availability zone, but they cannot understand background, but we can understand. So because we are maintaining the two servers on two different availability zones. So that is availability zone. Availability zone is nothing but a data center. So this is just now I showed you what are the different regions: Asia Pacific, Tokyo, Singapore, Sydney, Frankfurt. So Europe, Ireland, South America, Sao Paulo, North Virginia, North California, Oregon. Just now, so the regions are increased. These are 10 regions are only there, but now 25 regions are available now. So each Amazon EC2 region is designed to completely isolated from the other Amazon EC2 regions. This achieves the greatest possible fault tolerance and stability. Fault tolerance means, remember, if one server is failed, we can access the resources from another server. That is nothing but a fault tolerance. One is failed, how can access? Go to another, so automatically it will connect. So when you view resources, you only see the resources tied to the particular region. Just now I explained you. When you work with an instance using the command line interface, or you can go for the regional endpoint, that is endpoint, some command will come. When you launch an instance, you must select Amazon machine image, ready-made images. So AMI is another reason you can copy the AM to another region. For example, I launched one database server in Mumbai region. Same database server I want to launch, already configured, that is ready to use. Same I want to configure in Singapore region. But again, I have to launch the instance in Singapore region. Again, I have to start the steps to configure the database, not required. Just whatever you configured in Mumbai region, take it one copy. Then that copy, that Amazon machine image, you can copy to the Singapore region. Just you can launch one instance. Identical copies. That is also we are going to see practically each and everything. All communications between regions is across the public internet. So any region, for example, I am sitting from my home, I am launching the instance on AWS cloud. So I can access server. How I am accessing? Through internet only. Internet is nothing but a public. So that is called public internet. So therefore, you should use the appropriate encryption methods to protect your data. Encryption method means whenever you are launching your instance, you need to download a security keys. So I will show you the keys here. So every class, I downloaded some keys are there. So two formats will come. So tomorrow's class I will explain what are the see Linux 7 p.m. batch, Linux 7 p.m., Linux 10 a.m., Linux 10 a.m. These are the instances. So keys. So RSA private key. This is authentication. This is only work from my laptop. So this is another key. One is see here PEM file. One is PPK. We are going to discuss in our class. What is PEM file? They will ask in interview. What is privacy enhanced mail format? PPK, putty private key. Like that, they will ask the questions in interview. We are going to explain. I am going to explain what is PEM file, how to download it. See, one PEM file is enough to log into our instances. Hundreds of instances I am going to launch, but one PEM file is enough. So enough. One PPK file is enough. But why you download this much of files? But every class, I have to show them practically how to download the key. That is the reason I have number of keys. So after 1 month or 2 months, I am going to delete all the keys. Again, next classes onwards, I am launching the new keys. So like this. So authorized encrypted format, you have to different methods we have to log into our instances. Data transfer between regions is charged. Remember, data transfer between regions is charged at the internet data transfer rate is there. You can go to Google, you can type internet data transfer. So I am transferring the data from my laptop to, sorry, from my Mumbai region to Singapore region. They will calculate how much data you are transferring, how many bytes you transferred. Depending upon that, they will charge. So that is you have to remember. So you can use AWS Management Console or the command line interface to determine what are the regions are available, how many availability zones on each region. You can aware about that. To find out your regions and availability zones in AWS Management Console, I will show you. Open the Management Console. You can check the options now. You can check your regions. So compute and networking services, EC2, auto scaling, load balancers, virtual private cloud, Route 53. Storage and content delivery services, Elastic Block Storage, block level storage, S3 storage, object level, Glacier is for backup purpose, CloudFront like a caching servers, import or export your VMs. VMs are nothing but instances, storage gateways. Database services, relational database, DynamoDB, Elasticsearch, and Redshift. So these are we are going to learn. How to log into your AWS Management Console. So how to create the AWS account. So you can go to your web server website, go to Google search box, type AWS Management Console, click on that. So log into AWS account. So if you are the first time you are going to log in, so here already logged in, I am sign outing from this. First time when you are going to log in, whenever you want to going to create the account, so click on sign into the console. Like how you created Gmail account, like that you can create AWS account. So create a new AWS account. So email address, whatever your email ID is there, so you can select that email address. But already my all emails are registered, but I am showing you here. Give the password, whatever the password you want to give, login password of your AWS account, not Gmail password. This is your AWS password. You have to remember that password and which name. So whatever the name you want to give, you can give the account name. Maybe I'm giving, for example, I'm telling you. So your email account, registered mail account, set your own password to log into AWS Management Console. No need to give your Gmail account password. So any password you can set. So account name, click on continue, but already registered, it will give the error, already registered. So next step, it will ask you your name, address, pin code number, and present address. If you are working in an organization or your own purpose you are using, so you can select personal, not organization. If you select organization, again they will give organization name, and then organization address, contact number. So authentication numbers they will ask. So select personal. Next, they will ask you your debit card or credit card number. Not all debit cards will work. RuPay cards will not work. So only MasterCard will work. Sometimes it will take Visa cards also. You have to give your debit card number, and they will charge 2 rupees whenever you are going to create the account. Immediately after creating account, the 2 rupees they are going to credit to your account. So and they will ask you the PAN card number. So if you have PAN card, give the number. Otherwise, leave it. That is not compulsory. That is optional. Then your account will be created. So after creating the account, you can log into your console as a root user. Account owner, who created account, root user, log into your AWS console account. Like that. Sign into your account. So click on services here. Say we can have 130 plus services are there. Not all services related to us. We are going to learn AWS solutions architect. So whenever you are going to learn any service in AWS, first of all, you must have the strong knowledge on AWS solutions architect. If you are a developer, if you want to learn developing, if you want to learn any service of AWS, first basic infrastructure, you must have the strong knowledge. So whatever the services we are going to learn, that is only we are going to discuss. Number of services are available. So compute services, containers, storage, databases, migration and transfer, networking. So developer tools. So all are developer tools. X-ray, customer enabled, robotic service is there, blockchain is there, satellite services are there. So like that, we have number of services, management and governance, media services, so machine learning services. So everything is there. Just a minute.
హలో నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను రమేష్, ఒక 5 నిమిషాలు 10 నిమిషాలు అయిపోద్ది. సార్ నేను చూసి చెప్తా, 5 minutes అంతే.
So like that, we have number of AWS services are there. So for example, you can go for the EC2. Click on EC2 instances. See, already explained you, instance is nothing but a server. Strongly you can remember what is instance. Instance is nothing but a server. It is a virtual server, not physical. What are the instances are available? Click on the running instances. No instances. Click on launch instance. Tomorrow complete explanation will come. Types of instances, different types of, see, Amazon Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, SUSE Linux. So free tier eligible. See, accidentally some students, they are launching here, free tier not there. Free tier is not there here. They are launching Windows Server 2019 with SQL Server. Click on select if you launch chargeable immediately. So don't launch this type of instances. So where you can find out free tier eligible, those instances only you can launch. Free tier eligible, free tier eligible, free tier eligible. Microsoft Windows servers. See, deep learning with Ubuntu. So by default, ready-made. Deep learning, deep learning, deep learning. Ubuntu server with LTS. So deep learning, Amazon machine image. Like that, what you required, you can get. Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 with high availability cluster. So already configured state you are launching, you are going to start your work. In earlier days, before 2014, high availability cluster we have to configure manually. We have to download the cluster softwares. We have to implement the softwares on Linux servers. So manually we have to give so many commands, configuration commands. Then only cluster will establish. But no need that configuration because already configured servers are available. This is nothing but a cloud. What you required, you can launch immediately. But some are free tier, some are chargeable, like my AMS. So if you have your own Amazon machine images, you can check here. I will show you. We can create our own images. AWS Marketplace. So different third-party softwares are available. Juniper routers, Open Virtual Private Network, Splunk, Trend Micro, DevOps tools. 2596 products are available. Business applications, machine learning, Internet of Things. So many. So what you require, you can download. Community AIMs are there, ready-made, NAT instances, different types of instances. So like this, each and everything is ready-made depending upon our organization requirements. So we have to launch the instances, we have to work with instances. So this is introduction to AWS and AWS architecture. So tomorrow, first class, we are going to start. What class we are going to start? EC2 instances. So go to softwares, PPTs, Amazon EC2. So each and every, whatever I am going to show you, I will share to your mail IDs, PPTs, whatever I am going to explain every day, step by step practical notes also, I will send to you. So tomorrow we are going to discuss introduction to Amazon EC2, EC2 benefits, use cases, features of EC2, instance types, pricing, and lab exercise. This is tomorrow's class. We have discussed about on-demand instances, reserved instances, spot instances. What is the difference between on-demand and reserved and spot instances? Everything theoretical I will explain. Then we are going to see practical. So I already explained. Types of general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, graphical purpose, storage optimized, dense storage. So depending upon, so graphic purpose, for example, we can have so many movies are there, graphical movies, like Bahubali is there, fully graphics. So for processing that graphics, they no need to buy the servers. What they have to do, they have to contact cloud. So we need this much of capacity servers because we are going to process our graphics. Their work may be 1 week or 10 days. They are going to complete the process. Then they can pay the money for 10 days, pay 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakhs rupees. So for getting the first for processing that graphics, they are going to invest the money to buy the servers, and they have to take the technical people. So unnecessarily they are not going to waste their money. Just they will contact to AWS. So these are my requirement. This type of servers we required. So you can give this resources to me. I will pay the money to you. After 10 days, they will implement their graphics and they will pay the money. They can go back like that. Memory optimized, graphical optimized, storage optimized, dense storage instances, general purpose. So normal middleware databases, we are going to use general purpose. So this tomorrow we are going to discuss in our classes. So if you have any doubts, please ask me. Is there any doubts? Aditya, Banu Prakash, Dhananjaya Sahu.
No, sir.
Okay. Tarun, do you have any doubt, Tarun?
No, sir, I'm good. Thank you.
So everyday topic, once we completed the topic, we are going to discuss about exam tips. So entry point of view questions, and also here, what are the PPTs are there? So roles and responsibilities of AWS. AWS engineer roles and responsibilities. Tomorrow I will explain. And AWS interview questions. So apart from this, again, the latest interview questions and answers, and how to put the experience. If you have already some experience on other technologies, how to add cloud. If you are a fresher, how to put the resume. So if you are going to learn Linux plus AWS, how to put the resume plus Linux plus AWS. So how much experience we can put on the Linux and how much experience we can put on the AWS. So everything I will explain you once we are going to complete our classes. Okay. So tomorrow, first class EC2 instances theoretical part, and we are going to launch how to launch Linux servers instances, how to launch Windows Server instance from your laptop, and also how to configure website. For example, just I can launch instance through cloud. I can set up my own web server here from your laptop or from your mobile. I will give my website IP address. You can check in our laptop. My website will open. So I am in my computer. I can launch one server from AWS cloud. I can set up website. You can check website from your laptop. You can open any web browser. You can check. So my website will open to your laptop. So that is also practical. I will show you. Any website you can set up. So you can give the URL. This is my website. So anybody they can use across the world. Tomorrow I will show you. So we are in different places. I am not in your network. You are not in my network. So through internet we are communicating. I can configure a website in my cloud environment. You can access my website. That is, you can set up your website. I can access your website. That is how to do. We are going to discuss in our next classes. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you very much. So
Sir, when will
tomorrow,
we get the link?
which one?
Link for tomorrow's class?
Tomorrow also same link. Monday onwards the
Same
link will paid link. Monday onwards paid link will come. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Once who pay the money, paid link will come from Monday.
Okay.
Tomorrow onwards same link you can log in. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you.